The Renekton is banned, though.
Lee Sin's available. Do they go with it again?
I mean, I love it. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I love that for Memorized. It now means that you could go Xayah if you wanted to, but I don't think you need to pick up Xayah because Rakan is flexible. They can go with many different AD carries in that Dragon lane. Lee Sin is fine, but you don't need to pick it now, right? If you're expecting this Fiora to be jungle Fiora for trade ball, you don't need to pick up the Lee Sin. You know, I might be thinking about either going for my Dragon lane so I don't show too much. There you go. We're not showing too much here, and I do like the Varus. There's Iraqi's question answered. You know, do they just want to play around it, or actually they're going to just straight up pick it? So Ibu will be playing the Varus here.
They banned it out in the first game, if I'm not mistaken.
They did, yeah.
I believe they did, yeah. So the Lucian going to be the answer for Team Secret down that bot lane. Probably go with the Braum, maybe in there. A Gragas. Now, Gragas has been carrying a lot of bans for a long time, then kind of just been left in the ether, but finally being picked back up by Secret here.
And Secret's one of those teams that can truly flex Gragas across multiple roles. Like, they can play him support, they can play him Baron, they do play him jungle from time to time, but also they play him mid, which is not something that you see a decent amount of. But Ruiz says the gloves are off for Ruiz here. He needs to go back to what he knows best, and it is to the Diana.
Which surprises me, because Galio is left wide open. It does surprise me that maybe he didn't go with that. I mean, there's three champions that Ruiz will go to: Diana, Galio, or Ziggs in this case, but or Twisted Fate, actually. Right? So four maybe, yeah.
Or Ari, right?
Yeah, I guess Ari. Yeah, used to be banned against them quite a lot in the European scene, I guess. Yeah.
Andre's going to
I'll let him off. That's fine.
Yeah. He's got some more. It'll be the Graves pickup here for Andre, so he'll be taking that just to give himself some close-range brawling power, also some really good late-game presence from the jungle. Again, Andre has been kind of touted as the standout carry. Did not have the most excellent of games on the Lee Sin, and the Lee Sin will be going the way of Trebos. So that, well, obviously we know that Lee Sin can be flexed top, but there aren't many Baron laners that do take the Lee Sin. Leon from Rix being one of the main players that does do it, but he's not here. So I'm expecting this to be a Trebor pick in the jungle, and then Azar will be on the Fiora top, which now leaves that Baron lane pick wide open for Acolyte, which is very interesting that Team Queso are giving him the kind of the last pick priority, giving him the ability to look for a potential counter matchup. And it's a bit of a tough one, D-Man, because Fiora doesn't have many great counters in the Baron lane.
No, absolutely. And that's concerning. I mean, obviously, Renekton being banned out does mean it will be the Darius coming through for Acolyte once again. And we know it's a champion that he can absolutely play well. How's he going to handle this, though? Honestly, I really like both teams. I feel that certainly for Queso, they've got a lot that they are comfortable on, obviously with a lot of options, but I do worry that Secret have got quite a lot of comfort picks in there, and that is a strong team fighting comp with a lot of pickability.
Yeah, I think for Team Queso, they have got a lot of engaged potential. So this time round, they actually have the proactivity, right? They have the Diana, they have the Varus ult, they have Memorized, one of his best champions, one of his most practiced champions. They can be a bit more proactive this time round. The one thing that I think they were struggling with in the previous game is that when Tatsuri was off split pushing by himself, they weren't able to actually, actively look for a fight because they didn't have the engaged potential. This time round, though, Team Secret, it won't be Tatsuri doing the split pushing. It will be Azar likely doing the split pushing. Tatsuri will be much more on mid lane wave clear duty and obviously looking to impact team fights. You have to keep our eyes on that Baron side of the map, though. That will be the pivotal factor for me this game. I think if Azar can get rolling and Acolyte can struggle to deal with him, then we may be looking at another game where it is just Team Secret winning by pure side lane pressure.
Yeah, for Queso, obviously, we know what Ruiz can do on that Diana, and it works out well if you can get that split push working in his favor. So, for Queso, this is a must-win game. To lose to Team Secret here would certainly put their qualifications in doubt. Secret sort of that team on the bubble right now after seeing, obviously, Thunder Talk doing so well on day one and day two. We are expecting them to be topping out the group. The question is, who joins them? Will it be Sengoku? Will it be Queso? Will it be Secret? At the moment, Ebro looking like they're not likely to be there with their losses. But this one for Queso, I feel, is a must-win. And they are 1-0 down.
Yeah, I really do believe the same here, D-Man. If you are a European fan, you want Queso to get this win because it would massively impact their chances of getting out of the group and keeping themselves alive in this series. To take it all the way to a game 3. I would love to see a game 3 as well. The 4-man, oh my word, it is the holy 4-man mid lane. And if you have been aware in any of the NA versus EU banter that we've had over the last few months, the holy 4-man mid lane was memed upon quite heavily, but Team Queso actually doing the 4-man mid lane here just to get that very first wave shove versus Team Secret.
Araki's been very much involved in a lot of that banter, that's for sure. His social media has been very active over the last few days from the European side, that's for sure, after the poor start for Tribe. But Queso, as we say, must-win game. A lot of comfort champions as well. You know, Ruiz against Tatsuri. I like the answer from Tatsuri. Clearly confident, and I think obviously realized that Trevor was nearby. This battle here, we'll see how this one plays out. Remember, Acolyte was under a lot of pressure early on in the lane phase last time out. Not quite going to be left on an island this time, though.
No, it is rough in the laning phase for the Darius, though. Fiora has a very strong matchup at this stage and realistically beats Darius at most stages of the game in the side lane too. So difficult for Acolyte. You can see that he's gone for the fleet footwork as well, just to make sure he can sustain as much as possible in this particular matchup. James rotating up Trebor, looking for a blue side invade. Maybe looking to pick up that blue buff away from Andre. Acolyte taken so low. That is... Oh!
Missed it! Is he going to be able to get away with it? Azza. Oh, Acolyte, he's going to stick around. Doesn't have any honey fruit to go back on, but he does manage to get himself the wave clear.
Yeah, that was very lucky. But that's a lot of resources by Azza burnt now on the Fiora. And Acolyte still has his flash available. Azza picks up
he stayed.
Yeah, he has to go, right? Trebor is looking for the engage. Should be able to find the kill here, I think.
Oh, he gets the kick, yeah. Well, as soon as he landed that kick, it was all over. And I thought he was going to back away. So Fuzzblood goes to Trevor. And things are looking solid once again for Secret. I got to be honest, I'm very impressed with James, by the way, so far. He has been so confident in his plays. I think the fact that he just had that very good Rakan game has set him up nicely here for Gragas.
Yeah, I love the pressure that he's putting down onto Andre very early on here, just making it difficult for Andre to even farm his own jungle. And look, we've seen the replay here. Unfortunately, I just think Acolyte a little greedy. He saw the wave coming in. He was very low HP. It was a greedy play. This is why the draft just feels a bit awkward to me. They knew that it was very likely going to be Fiora once they saw the Lee Sin, so they had the pick. Darius doesn't have the best matchups, but then again, I feel a little sorry for Team Queso in that respect, that there aren't many good answers to Fiora in the Baron lane, and a lot of them had been taken away. The Renekton was gone. Camille's terrible as well. There really aren't that many great current Baron lane matchups, for Acolyte that would actually be useful in this team comp. I think Darius probably was the best of the bad bunch, but as you can see, a confident Fiora player like Azar is going to just dominate you in this matchup.
But generally, when you do have one of those bad matchups, you just say, okay, well, we're just going to back it up with the jungler and sort of power our way through this. Speaking of powering their way through it, they are setting up for the Dragon at the moment. Acolyte trying to get as much farm as he humanly can to try and level out once again with Azza. We do see Queso stacking out. It is going to be the Rift Herald that they ordinarily would focus quite heavily on if they were on the blue side. But here on the red side, Drake tends to be their focus target. It looks like they want to set up for that. I can see that Ruiz is still down there at the moment, and it will be started out. I mean, it's an important one. It's the Infernal. They absolutely want it, and it looks like it's going to be a simple trade.
I think they need to commit a lot of resources to take this down quickly, though. This is one of the problems that we saw from them previously. That again, Team Secret
too late.
They're not committing enough resources to take this quickly. I think they're going to get away with it, but you could see Team Queso were posturing, or Team Secret were posturing to try and do something about it.
Andre getting Azza in his face there. Andre and Ruiz, that is a dangerous combo, so Secret need to respect this one, but obviously they did pick up the Rift Herald and making use of it to take down that top turret early.
And they have enough resources, Team Secret, on the bottom side of the map with Hamas and Azza, that they won't lose that bot lane tower in response. So it is here we go.
Committal. James taken low, but not finished up. Ruiz goes for it. Doesn't really have the mana to back this up. He's gone in. Azza's going to turn it around. Gets one. Should be able to get a second. He can go clean up here. Azza Azza with a massive play. Ibu in all sorts of trouble. The ward's not going to help out, and Azza gets himself the triple. That is a horror story for Europe.
Oh my goodness, Azza, absolutely huge outplay there on the Fiora. Let's have a look at the Axe replay of this one. You can see he goes in onto Hammers. Hammers gets the damage reduction with his second ability and then buys enough time for Azza to pop the Grand Challenge. He riposts the ultimate from Ibu, flashes straight onto an overcommit from Andre, and then when you have a Fiora versus a Varus in the 1v1, we all know who wins that. This is disaster for Team Queso. They felt desperation to make a play on the bot side of the map because they lost that tier 1, and now it is unplayable for Acolyte. Absolutely unplayable. You know that when you have to commit to a second or even just a first item Bramble Vest, that you are having a bad time in this matchup. Azar is going to be able to put so much side lane pressure down, and this is going to be another repeat story, but instead of Tatsuri being the absolute devil, it is going to be Azar being...
The full collapse, they'll all come in. Team Secret, Andre is sat waiting in the bush. Does he want to get involved? He has to get himself a big kick. Memorize comes in, it's working well for them. Dewey will fall, so they get themselves one, and they've turned this very well in their favor. Azza will get away, but they survive a 1-for-1. That's a trade that I didn't think they were going to get.
That was a good response, but again, it's like a small band-aid on a very large wound right now. Acolyte still went down. Chewy dropping as well. He really wanted to kill on Azar. He's the one that's got the big bounty. We'll see if Team Queso can again find their way back in the mid game here, but Team Secret, they're playing a much smoother game this time around. They're not giving away as many silly mistakes as they did previously. Let's take a look back at this Acolyte. The dive was set up. Obviously, Andre was in the wings, and they had no idea that he was there. Memorize comes through. It's a great little engage under the turret. And as you said, it was a nice pickup for Andre. Azar is able to get away with another lunge. But again, I think it was just the fact that Andre had come for a lane gank and he was waiting. And obviously, a 4v1 tower dive sounds a lot better than a 4v2/a 4v3. So Team Secret just weren't really aware of where Andre was. But a 1-for-1 is still an okay exit for Team Secret. They won't be as unhappy with the outcome of that situation.
Absolutely. They still need a lot more to come from this. The gold slowly slipping in the favor of Secret, who just need this single game to make it a quick 2-0 in the series. Acolyte, oh man, he is on an edge right now. He's what, over 2,500 gold down in this, a full item down in this. He just needs to be living on the turret right now, and even that is a scary thing. Again, you can see the collapse is coming, but Memorized is there to try and help out once again. They get that ward down, it gives them the information that they require, and of course with the Drake popping in just 28 seconds, it's down for Secret to try and start setting themselves out here, start to flex their dominance effectively from this early lane phase and take control.
And Team Queso just know they have to fight around some of these next objectives. They still have a strong team fight. Oh, that is a big engage from Memorized, but I'm not sure I like
again.
it.
Yeah, it's Hammers are focusing again, and we know how tanky Gragas is, even as a support, but it buys time to possibly flex onto this dragon here. And you can see they're just trying to zone out at the moment. Memorize taking incredibly low. He can't now get involved, and I think they're going to have to give that Drake up and maybe take the Rift Herald as the best they can get. It's the second objective.
That's what they're trying to do, but you see Team Secret are well aware of that fact, and they're not going to let them get away with it for free. Tatsuri is packing a massive punch on that Orianna right now. And Treyball walks straight over. They want both. They're not going to let Team Secret or Team Queso get away with just a sneaky little objective under their nose, and they're going to go and take that for free. Rui's doing his best here, but I think right now Team Queso struggling to stay competitive.
Yeah, Acolyte had to go and get that top wave, so he's not close. He's still making his way down here. This Drake is going to fall pretty darn quickly. They've all walked straight over a ward, so the vision is not a problem right now. It's all on Memorize. Can he get that big engage? Look at Andre. He's almost down already. They do come in. Now they're going to go for the committal. Can they get the dragon down? No. That goes the way of Team Secret. Now who's going to get the kills? That's the question. Azza around the backside getting the full challenge down. Memorize falls around, but Acolyte trying to do what he can. But Azza once again absolutely ruining him. Oh, the stasis bait! Has he got it? Can he turn it around? No, can't land the moonfall. Will be able to get away. Acolyte, has he got a done left available? Tries to get the pull back in! Azza surely will fall here. Yes, he will eventually. Oh, no, he still managed to get the kill in. Oh, believe what just happened. And Team Secret just taking what they want.
Oh my gosh, this is just a classic case of a Baron laner that is just so incredibly fed. Watch him go. Keep your eyes on Azar here. You can see there's a massive commit to the dragon, but Azar sees the backline is completely open. Ivu isolated. Great riposte right there. Ground challenge comes down. The healing is there as well. And now it is just clean up duty. He stays in that healing for as long as possible. Dives out of the moonfall. And then takes Ruiz under the tower. That sequence of events that you just saw on your screen. That was absolutely crazy right there.
And look at his mana. He's got what, enough for one ability, maybe. Yeah, that's it.
He picks up the honey fruit.
Oh, it's a honey fruit, was it?
Yeah, he picks up the honey fruit right there. Just look at him. It's unbelievable. That is such a great play. Azar has been a beast this series. And I've got to be a bit worried for Team Queso right now. They look like they're desperately trying things. Memorized again. Not on the. You're just seeing the difference.
Oh no!
Well, James finds it.
Ruiz tries to commit and get in there. Andre's kind of found in no man's land. They're going to commit. They get it down. Can they get Hammers down? They're juggling with absolutely no health. Well, they got to come. Hammers comes in. He's going to get them both. Ruiz tries to turn it around and has to just try and take what he can. Is there a wave to help him out? Yes, there is. And he will get away as he tries to get a cheeky swinger to James. Oh man, I tell you what, while that was all happening, Team Secret did take down that middle inhibitor turret as well. So it is all in their favor. 7,000 gold and counting. Oh no, Ruiz, now you're in trouble. James is coming, support or not. I don't think you're going to be able to turn this one around.
No, I think he's going to back out though. I think realistically, we were focused on what was happening on the Baron side, but that was a huge blow for Team Queso in the middle with that Rift Herald push. Great play from Team Secret. And again, it's all about just this side approach. You can see here, that was a beautiful play for Hammers. I know we're focused so heavily on the mid lane. The previous series, Tatsuri had all the focus. This time it's going to be obviously more focused towards Azar, but Hammers, for me, has been the series MVP. With some of these engages, with where he's been on the map, with his pure ability to game knowledge and where he needs to be influencing at all times, Hammers for me has been the standout player right now. His score might not reflect it, but I can absolutely guarantee you this man has been more influential than almost anyone on Team Secret the way he's practiced laid up. That is going to be a nice pick on the treble, but he will dive away with the little dash there and should be very comfortable exiting.
Yeah, that's the problem though, right? They catch him unawares, naked in a bush, and he still gets away, and that's really the goal differential now. It's building pretty strongly across all lanes. I would say the two mid laners actually are the only the balance effectively in the force at the moment, but Acolyte has a long way to go here. Obviously, we know that has a 9-1-0 on the Fiora. I think we're seeing why it has been a consistent ban.
What's so interesting to me is he has 0 assists. So every single kill that he's been involved with, he actually has taken the
Whatever
kill.
he touches, he destroys.
Yeah,
Simple as that. Speaking of destruction, Andre having to use the collateral damage to keep them at bay right now. As Team Secret start to take control of Queso's jungle. The ward coverage is looking fantastic at the moment. The Cloud Drake up, and you can see Secret heading towards that. Is this going to be a sneaky Baron claim? No, it's not. It's just going to be simply clearing the waves as best they can.
It's going to be a dragon take with absolutely no contest. They have that constant mid lane priority. I know that people often talk about mid lane inhibitor tower being one of the least valuable ones in terms of, where it creates pressure on the map. But what I would say is having permanent mid lane priority gives you complete free access to the river. So you are going to be setting up for objectives much better than anyone else. It also gives you the time to be the one first to the objective too. So mid lane inhibitor has its uses for sure, and you're obviously never going to sniff at it, are you? But clearly this is a huge win right now because we have the Baron coming up and the Elder Dragon coming up, and those are objectives that Team Secret are now going to be able to set up for comfortably every single time.
I thought Hammers was about to steal the blue buff away there. Andre tries to get involved. Chewy, the target, would be a decent target to get a hold of there. Memorize sort of getting close enough, but again, it's almost like they're chasing the game effectively. Lack of ward coverage. They do have a single one in the Baron pit, which Trevor's going to now clear out, and it does give a real worry for Queso now. They have to sort of openly, blindly check this. You can see Memorized. Oh, the fact that he's on half health already means he can't go for the engage, and that's going to put a real problem for Queso now, because he's the only real shining light that they have to try and set things up, as Ibu once again tries to find himself a shot.
Rough now for Queso, because their only way back in at this point is for Memorize to get James, I'm going to say it like this, to get James-like engages, and I think even now that is going to be one of the nails in the coffin right now, because you now have to deal with both the Baron that's being threatened, but the Fury, obviously, they can't,
They can't push this. They can't push this. They've got to realize they're going to get claps around the side. They're trying to take the action. They do manage to get Tatsuri down. That is a good engage. They go gold in the mid there, and they're going to try and get it down. James taken low. Don't get baited into go for James once again. Treble the target. Chewy will get picked off. Can they get themselves another? But now they've got to worry about the danger factor. They could well lose an inhibitor turret while they go for this fight. Oh, he caught Memorized. Oh, that might set both up. It will be. Trevor gets 1, 2. Can get the 3. Oh, it's absolutely disaster, as Queso just thought they had it. They hung around too long, and Trevor's GA gifts himself a triple.
I think now Andre did his best there, but they lose an inhibitor tower and they gain only a couple of kills in their favor. Still global gold spiraling in favor of Team Secret and Team Queso. Andre 5-3-1. We kind of painted him as, oh, he dashes out the way of the Sonic Wave there. Still goes down though.
Still goes down, nothing they could do. Acolyte unable to catch him, and Trevor walks away. Swagger, as it were. And as you say, 10,000 gold differential and a Baron coming up here. Nothing that Queso can do about this one.
Okay, they're going to start the Baron. This is a good play, because they have so much advantage on the map with that, especially that Baron, as the Dragon Lane permanently pushing for them with the inhibitor tower down. And I think now it's just one lane left. With Azar being so strong, no one can match him. They have to commit multiple men just to try and take him down. And I think even this in the 2v1 might be risky. I think he's backing here.
Yeah, not falling for the bait there. Acolyte was trying to draw him out there, but Memorized. I still think even with just Memorized and Acolyte, even with the knockup, I don't think they could have took him down. I gotta be honest, he's so far ahead. Almost 7,000 gold over Acolyte at the moment, and you know, he's fully committed, got the full item build.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can stop him in the side lane right now. It has been, again, just another display of how split pushing can work so effectively for teams, just based on the current meta as well. And I love that we're seeing Team Secret adapt so heavily to this style of play too. They've played excellently. They've been a real shining light for the Southeast Asian region. You know, given the fact that SBTC, who won that overall region, have struggling to make an impact in their group. Team Secret certainly have not. He's found another opportunity to go and act like
oh my word, I don't think he can do a great deal about this one. There's no inhibitor turrets to help him out. Ruiz is going to fall as well. I don't think there's a great deal he can do about it. They commit everything to Azza, but Azza has an answer for everything. Gets himself the triple, will finally fall, but that doesn't matter. The damage has been done. It will be the game for Team Secret, and they will take the series 2-0 as Queso fall, and you're